feel I'm down the bar. I've been around the world. I couldn't find a girl, so I'ma stick to him.
Hey, what's up, Nation? It's your boy NoivernNation. We are here with our IBL draft analysis. Now, this has been a long time coming, and I got accepted a while back, and I've just been a little hype. It's a draft Wi-Fi league specifically, and it's upload required, so it's something I was very interested in, and so I popped off and joined. If you guys missed out, I did indeed host the IBL draft on my Twitch, twitch.tv/NoivernNation1 if you didn't know it already. But yeah, we did go ahead and host it over on my Twitch, and it was a lot of fun. I had some fun doing the draft there. So let's see what we decide to pick up. Now, the rules are that you can pick up 8 to 10 Pokemon. Megas are worth points in this league, so they're not just in a mega tier by themselves, so they're in the tiers mixed with the Pokemon. Which was a little different for me because of what I usually take. I like tier 1s and I like tier 1 megas, but it was a little hard taking a tier 1 mega and a tier 1 and having enough mons on your squad. So you basically had to balance between 8 and 11. I know people that took literally one of each. Like, there's a couple teams that have 8, there's a couple teams that have 9 mons, there's me who got 10, and there's some that got 11. So let's just kick things off with, first off, the fact that this is gonna be a very interesting league. But let me find the draft pull up right here. Sorry about the lack of, I guess, lighting. I don't know. I like the lighting that it is right now. It's not too bad. The sun's supposed to come out soon, so it's like I can see the light outside. I'm just waiting for it to come through my window. I don't want to turn on my light to have to turn it right back off, you know? Kicking these off, I did have the 14th pick in the draft. We have the 3rd pick on the wheel, or on the even numbers, 14th on the odd. So let's just get it started over here with my very first pick in the draft, which was Infernape. I actually took Infernape with the first pick. My first pick. Infernape is one of those mons that I have been waiting to use. The likes of the mons that went before me were like Tapu Koko went first, Mega Scizor, Mega Lop, Mega Kangaskhan with no Seismic Toss, Bulu, Zygarde 50, Hoopa, Unbound, Mega Alt, Lando. I'm sorry, Mega Alt didn't go before me. Landorus T, Mew, Kieran Black, Jirachi, Celesteela. Those type of things went before me. Clefable. And I was very intrigued. Ow! I was very intrigued by Infernape because I knew I had the wheel. I knew I was going to get the other mon that I wanted. Unless I got sniped in 4 picks, which I highly doubt was going to happen based on what they looked like they were interested in. Because I took very untraditional tier 1s as my first 2 picks. I did take Infernape. Mojo Jojo the Infernape. I don't need a nickname for him. I will need a nickname for 2 Pokemon in this league. Everything else I actually have a nickname for. I went ahead and talked to a couple people about nicknames beforehand, and I was like, yo, I really want that. Why does it always default no IVs in attack? I will never comprehend Showdown for that. I understand Sucker Punch, but like, what the frick? Anyway, so Infernape's here, and you already know what this thing does. It can be Choice Bandit, it can be Choice Scarf, it can be Special, it can be physical, it can run both ways. It can even be bulky with Stealth Rock. You can run Fake Out, that type of situation. It gets access to Acrobatics, so if you lose your item, boom, Acrobatics. Blaze Kick, I mean, you're never going to use that because of Flare Blitz, but Blaze Kick's there. Then it gets Iron Fist ability, and it gets access to Fire Punch, which boosts up, Mach Punch, which boosts up, and it gets access to, I'm missing a move, Thunder Punch, which boosts up from that. I don't believe Close Combat gets a boost from it, but it's whatever. It's not only ends there, but you can run Gunk Shot. So that's why I read the Z move. I put the Z move on my Infernape, which Z moves cost 20 extra points this league. So this Infernape was worth 200 of my 1,000 points. So that's crazy in itself. But running Z moves on this thing, so you can run like Fire Z move, you can run the Fighting Z move, Ground, you can run, I guess, Normal, you can run Grass, you can run Poison, which is very helpful. I've learned that when using Thundurus. Fairy type pops in. Fairy typing really kind of comes in and cleans up on Infernape. So, you know, quick Gunk Shot to the face and you're done. But they're going to be on the aware for that. But then there's not only that, this thing gets Nasty Plot. So we can run a very, 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 very nice special set with Vacuum Wave. I believe it gets access to Vacuum Wave, if I'm not mistaken. It does. So like a special move, a special set with Vacuum Wave, Flamethrower, Focus Blast, 5DMZ type of thing would be a really cool set to run. I'm very excited to use Infernape this season, and I really hope it shows up. I am running the Shiny Infernape. I think this looks better than this when we nickname it Mojo Jojo. So Mojo Jojo is here and ready to go on the attack. 108 speed is really helpful, and then similar in attacks, so that makes it awesome. We'll see how I run it this season. But with the next pick, I had the third pick, so I decided to take a very classic mon in my draft leagues. I've used it quite frequently. Garchomp. And I decided to Z-move up Garchomp as well. He's the ground DMZ on him because I just felt like putting ground DMZ on him. He has all the Z moves. So with that being said, he gets access to Aqua Tail, Poison Jab, Iron Head, Dragon Pulse, Draco Meteor, Dragon Claw, Dragon Tail, Earthquake, Flame moves, Fire type moves that I can run Z moves on. He gets access to Rock Slide, which I can run the Rock Z move, on Stone Edge as well, Swords Dance, Aerial Ace, Flying EMZ is a thing. Just this thing is dope. I can run Rain Dance. Actually, it's kind of funny. I think it gets Sunny Day, so that's something to bring up and talk about later. But that's hilarious. But yeah, Z Sunny Day is actually not a bad idea. But I think Garchomp is something that really can pack a punch, and we'll see how well I decide to use it this season. I love Garchomp. It can be the bulky rock setter that I need, which is a possibility. Or I can run Rough Skin, Rocky Helmet. In fact, I want to run Mojo Jojo with the Z move, keep people guessing on what I'm going to bring offensive, what I'm not. But it also has the Swords Dance substitute set that I so love. Shout out to Young Nicholas. The Swords Dance, it's just a fun set to run with Earthquake, and insert fourth move here. Match up against the right team, and it's easy sweep. So on the way back, I actually really wanted my Lodic. I was going to take that as my tier, as a tier 2 and go with, I think, 9 Pokemon. Or I was going to take an extra tier 5 to have 10. But that ended up not working, so I decided to go to tier 3 for my water type. My Lodic did get sniped for me on the way back up. Literally like 2 picks later, Shady. I think Shady went ahead and drafted my Lodic on the way back down. Yeah, he did. So I went ahead and took Snuffy, the Primarina, with my next pick, which it actually is a really good pickup. I don't know if I prefer it, but it's something that I'm not against. Now, I know what you're saying. 74 base attack, it's not that great, but Aqua Jet is a really good move. This thing is mostly here for its special bulk and its special attack, obviously. But with 126 special attack and running an Assault Vest with no investment in special defense really actually does a lot. No investment in special attack, Moonblast is doing a lot. So we can switch up moves. It gets access to D-Gleam, but we're mostly going to run Moonblast. It can use Ice Beam. It gets Hydro Pump, which hits so hard. Energy Ball, which is a great move to have. Excuse me, on this thing. Psychic. It gets access to Shadow Ball. Scald, which is amazing. Toxic. We can actually stall some things out with that. It gets Amnesia if we want to be that people. Aqua Ring's not a bad idea either. But I really like how this move, or how this mon can be run. And I'm excited to see how it works, because Icy Wind actually is also a very big possibility. So I hope we bring this thing and actually do well. Don't think I'll ever bring Sparkling Aria, because there's no reason to, especially when you have Scald and Surf, and we don't want to heal Burn. So yeah, I would really prefer. Whoa, oh, what did I do there? That was weird. Did I hit like this or this? That's kind of cool. I didn't know it did that. I mostly will prefer the Assault Vest, Leftovers, but Choice Specs is a very viable set as well on this thing. Even Life Orb is very viable on this thing, and it's just a great Pokemon to have. Primarina is really good, and in League format, it's really going to be interesting to see how it's ran. I really like just regular Primarina. This is Wi-Fi, so if you don't, I can't use Primarina. It's funny, because I have Primarina in the other IBL as well, so now I have Primarina used in both IBLs. And another mon that I had in the other IBL, I didn't even realize that I did this. Jolteon got sniped from me literally like a few picks before me, if I'm not mistaken. Jolteon did get taken very, very early. Hold on, it was a 4th pick, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh, wait. Huh? What'd I do here? I'm confusing myself. 3rd pick, I had to come all the way back down. Yeah, it was a few picks before me, so it went all the way back down. So I took Primarina, then it was Montreal, Milotic, then Nidokings took Suicune, and then on the wheel they took Jolteon. So I really wanted Jolteon as well on my team. But I decided to roll out with Gwen, our Galvantula. I I do like this pick for Galvantula. It is a very cool Pokemon. I've used it obviously before in the other IBL. We have Sticky Webs. It gets access to Energy Ball. You can run Bug Buzz. It's just compound items, so you can hit those thunders. It can be a really good choice specs user, or it can be a really good just what is the word I'm looking for? Phaser is not the word I'm looking for. Like dude, what am I thinking of? It can get in and out. So like quickly Volt Switch on something. I think it gets access. I don't know if it gets access to U-turn as well. Okay, my U-key just broke. What the heck? It does not. I really wish it did, but Volt Switch really means a lot. Especially if you want to choice specs it. I can Scarf it. It's not the fastest mon. That's why I really wanted Jolteon to help with my speed tier just a little bit. But now we have the fastest mons being 102, 108, and 108, and then Snuffy's kind of slow at 60. But that's fine. We have other mons to help with that as we pick up our next mon, Cobalion, who's also a base 108 mon. I did not even peep that. I really wanted Jolteon. I really wanted a super speedy mon that I knew could control speed on my team. But it's okay. Cobalion, I actually don't have a nickname for Cobalion, so if you guys want to give me Cobalion nicknames, by all means, help me out there. But the 129 defense is really what I was looking at. We had nothing really on the physical defensive side that really was outshining, but that 129 defense is there. Base 90 attack, 108 speed means he's gonna be fast, and I think this might be our primary stealth rock setter for the squad, because he does get access to stealth rocks, close combat, putting up rocks and hitting things hard. Actually means a lot, especially gets access to Iron Head, Stab Iron Head, so this could be a very big fairy killer as well. I know what you're saying, a second fighting type. I didn't want to take a second fighting type, but I thought Cobalion was really fit the team a lot more than most mons on the squad, so I really needed to scoop that thing up and put it on the squad. It also gets access to the Reflect. It gets Volt Switch, so it can get itself out. Zen Headbutt. It gets access to Taunt, which is really nice. Thunder Wave. This thing could be a very big addition to the team because we can run it so defensively that at a point it can run T-Wave, Volt Switch, Stealth Rock, and Close Combat and be very effective as a Pokemon. So I'm really excited to use Cobalion this season. Give me a good nickname for it. I really am hyped for it. And then on the way back, I didn't pick my Mega Pidgeot because if you couldn't tell, I was really building this team around a flying type. A slowish flying type. I wanted Mega Pidgeot. What is Mega Pidgeot's base speed? I think this was another one that got highly sniped from me. It was a huge snipe for me, and it was really sad because of what happened. Because Mega Pidgeot's based. Pidgeot got a buff in a gen? Yeah, got extra speed. 121 speed is just nothing to laugh at. 135 in special attack. No missing hurricanes. That's just ridiculous. So that's something I wanted. But it did get sniped from me by the, I believe it was the team. It was the Lawrence Talonflames, wasn't it? Didn't he pick them up? No. It was Miami Infernames. Wasn't it? Yeah, there it is. Miami Infernames did snipe Pidgeot on the 5th round on the way back. So I took Cobalion instead. But we went with this Mega. I'm actually really happy with it. Mega Absol. It's not as fast at 121. 115 gives me a good speed tier, but that 150 base attack is mostly what I'm looking at here. And let's be real, 115 special attack. Let's look at that for a second because it gets access to Fire Blast, which we can run a mix set with Fire Blast, Ice Beam. It gets access to. We'll never run Dark Pulse over Night Slash or Knockoff or anything along those lines. But if we need to run an Ice Beam or a Fire Blast, I can put that on there and go about my day. A Thunderbolt type of thing. What I'm really looking at here is that it gets access. It gets access to Baton Pass, which is really nice. We can set up a Swords Dance if we want to be those people and Baton Pass out. But what I'm really excited about with Absol is there's a couple things. It's a fast physical hitter. Now I know Cobalion's a fast physical hitter as well, along with Garchomp and Infernape. But Infernape can be special, and we know that. Garchomp can be bulky, so can Cobalion. But this thing is just a wall breaker. This thing is hitting things hard. If I can see a Swords Dance opportunity, I'm gonna take the Swords Dance opportunity. Knockoff things. We can hit things with, I believe it gets access to X-Scissor, Mega Horn, Psycho Cut, Play Rough. It gets a lot of moves that you don't expect. Zen Headbutt. And just to hit things super hard. And also has priority in Sucker Punch, which is really nice. So we'll see how we want to run this thing this season. I'm really excited to actually use this thing, but another big thing about this was the magic bounce ability. As you see on my team so far, I have zero hazard removal, which I do patch up in the next 4 picks, but I am really excited to use those. So we're just going to take a quick intermission here because I don't want to spoil anything as I switch over to the next 4 on my team. And I was talking to, I was on Twitter, and I was talking to Scoot, I think who was, Zamcro. Go check him out. Really cool dude. Really very smart in League format. I've had a really, like, I still think to this day that the best battle I've ever had was with Scoot, where I made a prediction on a switch and I got an Icy Wind kill with Gengar, and he made a Focus Blast prediction on my Gengar and killed my Crook. Craziest game I've ever played. But he went ahead and said grab Mesprit. I didn't have any ground. I didn't have any ground immunities, and I thought, you know, that's not a bad idea. With these last 4 picks, I did actually scoop up 3 things that are either immune or resist ground typing. So that's he said that was a good. It was a good idea. I was like, I had it on my list. Actually, I had Uxie on my list as well. But Mesprit actually fit the team a little better. With base 105 across the board, aside from HP and speed, that means we got bulk. We have another rock setter, which is so needed on this team, you know? I think I just not being able to put in, not having to use Cobalion, not having to use Garchomp, not having to use Infernape every week for rocks, means I can put other things, like I can use this thing for rocks, which is really, really helpful. In the long run. It also gets access to Healing Wish, which is really, I don't know if it gets Wish, but I know it gets Healing Wish, which is really important. Wish is, I don't think it gets Wish. It gets Healing Wish, that's what's important here. Healing Wish is very important on a team. I can literally kill off Wmar. If this thing has 2% left, and it outspeeds, I guarantee outspeed, no priority, I can click Healing Wish and completely heal up another Pokemon. Or if I'm at full, and another mon I need to win the game is at like 2%, boom, Healing Wish. Get that team. Get that thing right back up, you know, get the team members right back up, or one team member at least, and potentially win a game because of it. Levitate is its ability, that's why we're here. Then it gets access to, I believe, Nasty Plot, and I believe it gets Baton Pass. I don't think it does. It does not, but I know it gets Nasty Plot. It doesn't? Which one gets Nasty Plot? One of them gets Nasty Plot, but it's okay, it's not a big of a deal. Thunder Wave is here, Will-O-Wisp, or it doesn't get Will-O-Wisp, I'm sorry. It gets Thunder Wave and Toxic, obviously, which is things we can run. Energy Ball, Dazzling Gleam, it hits things very hard, and it can be special or physical, but it also gets the Light Screen Reflect combo, which is very good. This is a really good mon just to have on the squad, and using healing, like being able to switch with Healing Wish, being able to use Light Screens, and it gets access to Magic Coat, which can bounce back hazards, so if I predict something crazy on the first turn or something like that and bring Magic Coat, that could help with that hazard removal problem. But with hazard removal comes new mons, and that means Golbat. Young Nicholas is here. I'm naming it Young Nicholas all season. Shout out to Reckless Bat, you the dude. But Young Nicholas is here. Rocking out with Defog. That's seriously the most important thing here is Defog. But an Eevee-like Golbat with these stats, I know 70 and 75 defense is nothing to be hype about, but with an Eevee-Light, that thing skyrockets and shoots up with that HP stat as being nice as well. Rocking Infiltrator, so we can hit behind subs. It can get Nasty Plot, and we could be those cheeky guys who run Nasty Plot Golbat. We can also run Brave Bird. It gets access to, I think it's special attack and attack stat are pretty much even. No, 80 and 65. Okay, so besides the point. What this thing is here for, though, is like taunt. We have a speed stat of 90, which really helps a lot. We can U-turn out. We can hit things with Brave Bird. We can use Super Fang, Defog, Haze. We can eliminate stat changes, which is very helpful. Leech Life got a buff, so who knows? We want to be cheeky and run Leech Life for the Hoopa U when we play the New York Metagross this season. U-turn, obviously something we're gonna run. It gets access to Roost. So this thing is mostly just here to sit in front of things, wall things, whittle things down with Super Fang, and get about. So, and Defog hazards away. But that's why we picked up the next one. Obviously, we're gonna run this thing with an Eevee-Light like all the time. But who knows? Maybe we'll get cheeky and run a Choice Band 1 week, or a Scarf, and be those guys and kill something because of it. That'd be hilarious. But the most important, like the next 2 picks are actually pretty important. Well, they're my lower tier mons, but they're really important. Little Mac, my Hitmonchan, is very important. I had him in the IBL as well. Didn't I? Was it IBL? Was that the Legal Blue Jan's house? Yeah. 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 That's hilarious that I brought this thing back. I brought my team back. That's so funny that I brought 3 of the 10 to 11 members onto this team from other IBL. But Iron Fist ability mon number 2. I know it's a 3rd fighting type because, you know, we have Infernape and Cobalion. But this thing, we desperately needed the next fighting type in Hitmonchan for literally Rapid Spin. Rapid Spin is such a good ability. It's a good move for us because we have no hazard removal on the squad beside young Nicholas. So having 2 people to remove hazards and being able to set up hazards, because I have Sticky Webs and Stealth Rocks on my team. So if I want to keep those up on the other team and they can't get rid of them, I want to be able to Rapid Spin my rocks and my hazards away, which means this thing takes that job every day of the week. Be able to run Iron Fist with Drain Punch. It's actually really interesting. I've done it multiple times and multiple occasions, and it does work. Hitmonchan's base special defense is 110, 105 attack. Put an Assault Vest on this thing takes shop. It just wrecks house. So 76 speed is nothing to really like sneeze at, but it's not the greatest thing. But running Ice Punch, being have all the elemental punches really helps a lot as well. And we can run a defensive set with like Mach Punch, Toxic, Rapid Spin, and something else. So we'll see how we work out with this thing. But I really like the Hitmonchan pickup. I really love how I used it, or how I use it in leagues. I've used it many times over, and I love Hitmonchan as a Pokemon. It's one of those mons you don't expect to be super bulky, and it's pretty bulky. And the last pick, I did go ahead and scoop up Delphine, the Leafeon, which we're running shiny this season. And our team lacked a lot of regular defenses. We have a lot of Spadef mons. I understand Mesprit can be both, but Delphine really adds that extra bulk to the team. I know Cobalion's bulky, but another bulky defensive wall is so helpful with base 95 speed, not to mention 95. That's really big for our team, which our fastest mon being 115. 95 is a little mid speed tier that can help creep some things. But the thing is, this thing actually hits pretty hard with access to Swords Dance, with access to I know it gets Baton Pass, which is really cool, which we can run cheeky. But the 65 base HP, I understand, isn't that crazy big. But when you put 252 into, oh my gosh, if I can type. When you put 252, oh, you're female. 252, take half of this, that's 90, 80, 86, 86, 86. 86 HP and put it onto someone else could really help a lot with Wish, if we want to be the people who run Wish. No, it's not a high HP stat, but it's something that can help other mons, because not everything needs to be bulky, or not everything's super crazy bulky on my squad. We can roar things out. That's something else that I did like about it, and it can keep itself alive with synthesis. So we have a lot of stuff we can run with this thing. Even being able to run Heal Bell. Heal Bell is really nice here. Knockoff it gets access to. Leaf Blade, obviously. It gets access to Seed Bomb if we want to take a little run with that, but I don't think we'll ever run Seed Bomb. We'll run Leaf Blade, of course, all the time. But other than that, it's really nothing else super special. I do like Leafeon. I really like it. The pick I have with it, being able to Heal Bell my team, or Wish, Protect, or Swords Dance, Baton Pass. Just this thing's going to be a very nice cleric. It's going to be a nice support mon for the squad, and I really hope Leafeon performs to his best ability. But with that, you guys, that is your IBL. It's the squad. As you can tell, I already had these 2 battles, so it's a good thing I didn't need to reveal that. But this is the squad. I'm really hyped about it. I really hope that they come full force. A lot of people have 8 mons on it. I think there's 2 coaches with 8, 1 coach with 9. Then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of us with 8 or 10 Pokemon, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coaches with 11. So we'll see how that rolls out. If you guys enjoyed this little team draft analysis, make sure to kill the like button down below for extra support, appreciate it. And don't forget to check out the coaches. All the links I can find are down in the description below. If one has a blank, it's either they didn't give us a link, or I couldn't find them at all. I'm gonna get the out here to the NoivernNation from NoivernNation.